Welcome back, guys. Chris Vint, Vintomania back with another issue. I should really change that intro because it always drives me nuts, the fact that I always say the same thing over and over again. But I will think on it and probably come up with the same thing that I say every video. It's back with another issue. So yes, so the reason why I'm doing this video, as you'll see by the title, which you would have clicked on, is the 15 for 2015 tag. So this is like a Geek tag, which the Kimmy Planet did and my good friend Comic Book Geek 1 did. So if you're watching this video and would like to partake, I hopefully will put the questions down below for you to then copy, paste, put on your phone or whatever, and as I have done, and read out your answers. So yeah, so here we go. So the first question is who is your favourite superhero? Up there, not my niece and nephew, but the big green dude there, Hulk. Hulk has always been my favourite one. I think it stems back to whenever I was growing up. I watched the Incredible Hulk TV series with Lou Ferrigno and Bill Bixby, so I think that's why I love the Hulk so much, plus the fact that Hulk's rules. So yeah. Number 2 is who's your favourite superhero villain? Is Green Goblin for me. So it's a big green guy for my hero and a green dude for my villain, which is kind of weird. But yeah, Green Goblin, obviously Spider-Man's really up there with the hero side of it, but Green Goblin's always been, I think William Dafoe, however you say it, captured the essence of Green Goblin wonderfully in the Spider-Man films. And I just think he did a good job of it, and I always liked him in the Spider-Man cartoons. This is the Green Goblin, not Willem Dafoe, by the way. Like the Spider-Man 1999, I love that series, not there. So, funny, I just got a message from you, so hello, Johnny. And now I've lost my place. Number 3 is Marvel or DC. This is really, really hard for some people. For me, it's Marvel. Simple as that. I am getting more into the DC lore of things with the likes of Arrow, Flash. I did pick up some Harley Quinn, but kind of stopped that. So I've picked up like the Arrow books. I got like the Batman Court of Owls, which I've start reading. Obviously there's the Deathstroke comic, which I picked up. There's the He-Man comic as well, which is one of the reasons why I like DC. But with Marvel, it's just a case of, that's my main, like I look through the whole previous catalogue, but I always look forward and save the Marvel one to last to see what's coming out, and always look forward to receiving my comics through the post, which the bulk of them, 90% of them, are Marvel ones. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with DC, don't get me wrong, but it's just a case of I prefer Marvel over DC, and it'd be pretty boring if we all like the same things. Number 4, favourite video game, simple as Resident Evil 2. They've obviously remade the first Resident Evil for PS3, Xbox 360, PS4, GameCube. I would love them to do an HD remake of the second one. Just the gameplay of it, the graphics at the time. Now obviously they're so dated, but I would just love an HD remake of that game. I just think it's a really, really good game, and I just love playing it. A close second would be Pokemon, to be honest. It's one that you start playing and you think, oh yeah, I'll just play a bit more, and then by the time you finish, you've got like a couple more gym badges. Number 5, favourite science fiction franchise, Star Wars, simple as. Always been a big part of my childhood growing up. There's a question here later on, which I'll not really talk about Star Wars now, but there's a question later on which I'll delve into a bit more of that. Favourite fantasy franchise, that's a tough one, but I would probably say Doctor Who. I know it's science fiction, but it's kind of like a two-way street. It is science fiction, but it is fantasy as well. But I would say Doctor Who would be my favourite fantasy franchise. All-time favourite Geek TV series, He-Man the Masters of the Universe. There was actually, and this is no word of a lie, in work today there was a teenager who was actually wearing the He-Man t-shirt that you'll see me sporting in some of my videos, and actually said, oh, love your t-shirt, big He-Man Masters of the Universe fan, so kudos to you for wearing that, and he had a big grin on his face. I did a I still do a Masters of the Universe Chronicles podcast, but I'm just a huge He-Man fan. Again, excuse me, massive part of me growing up was He-Man the Masters of the Universe, like the TV show, the theme tune, you know, like, and just everything like that. It's one of those ones that you kind of, you know, you say to people, I'm a He-Man fan, and be like, what, really? He-Man and She-Ra? You know, didn't they get together? No, dude, they're brother and sister, so no. But yeah, that would be my all-time favourite Geek TV series. If you could choose a superpower, what would you choose? I would probably say the healing factor. Just, I wouldn't want to be, you know, immortal, and the fact that I can't die, but I would just like, you know, like if I have a certain, you know, nick here or, you know, sore bone there, it just heals itself, you know, that kind of thing. But I can still age and, you know, that kind of thing. So, kind of like the tamer version of Wolverine is what I'm saying, but the claws would be pretty cool. What is your favourite Hogwarts house? Would be Gryffindor. I know there's Gryffindor, Slytherin, and Hufflepuff, and I honestly couldn't tell you what the fourth one is. But the fact that Harry Potter is in Gryffindor and all the good ones seem to be there, that's what I would like to be in. What is your favourite fantasy race or mythical creature? Johnny came up with a good one. He said Wookiees. I will actually say dragons. I'm a huge dragon fan. I love seeing them, whether it be in animation or whether it be in movies and things like that. You know, so you know, Granamir in He-Man Master of the Universe was a big talking dragon, and I just thought that was cool. So yeah, dragons would be classed to have my healing factor and have dragons, and you know, go on a war or whatever. What is your favourite Star Wars movie? Return of the Jedi. The reason for this is that one of my earliest memories is going to the cinema whenever I was 1983, so I would have been 5, with my dad and watching Return of the Jedi. I remember laughing at the part where one of the Ewoks gets on the speeder bike and spins round. That way, Chris. Spins round and starts going, whoa, 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 whoa. I just remember laughing at that, and that's my earliest memory. That is why Return of the Jedi is one of my favourite movies. I also remember loving the Jabba the Hutt scene. You know, I would always watch that and then watch part of the Ewoks one, but if I had, like, say, spare 10-15 minutes or whatever, I would always watch that Jabba the Hutt scene, because I just loved the fact that it was, like, you know, like in a desert, and, you know, you saw Chewbacca with Leia with the Bosch uniform, and C-3PO was Jabba's translator and all that kind of stuff, so that's why. Who's your favourite Lord of the Rings character? I'm not a huge Lord of the Rings guy, but Boromir, played by Sean Bean, would be my favourite character. I just thought it was pretty bad that he got killed off in the first one. Maybe that's why I lost interest in the other two. But yeah, it's always been Star Wars over Lord of the Rings for me. Who's your favourite Game of Thrones character? I don't know, because I've never watched Game of Thrones before in my life. So I will just say the character that Sean Bean plays, and that's that. What is your favourite anime? Which would be Pokemon. I actually sat down the other night with Robbie over Skype, and we were just watching Pokemon and just talking about it. I would like to start watching Attack on Titan, because of how big that is in Japan and now over here. I would like to try and get into that. I've never watched like Yu-Gi-Oh! Or Digimon or anything like that, so that'd be my answer for that. And lastly, what is your favourite book series? Would be the Chronicles of Narnia. I remember having a book set whenever I was probably about 9 or 10, and my aunt got me, and it had, you know, the Lion, the Witch and the Wardrobe, and you know, the other ones, Prince Caspian, and there was another one. It has like all of them, but I can't remember them, but they were always the books that I read. In fact, the Chronicles of the Lion, the Witch and the Wardrobe one was sellotape, because I'd kind of worn the spine out of it. That's how much I'd actually read the book. So yeah, that's going to do it for my video. So that's my 15 for 2015 Ultimate Geek Tag. So if you're watching this and you made it all the way through the end of the video, thanks for that. Make sure you like it, hit the subscribe button if you haven't already. I hope the subscribe button's up there. And yeah, if you fancy doing this, just do that. Tag people. If you're watching this and you've are a subscriber on my channel, very much like other people, go ahead, do it, and don't be ashamed of your geekism, your nerdism. That's what makes us all unique, and that's why we love the stuff that we love. So tell other people what you love, and yeah, thanks for watching, and until next time. Oh yeah, until next time, that's from He-Man as well, so that's why my sign off is until next time, in case you ever wanted to know that. Bye!